for once, the videos are uploaded before the time that I promised it will be uploaded. Actually, on time pula this week. So what I want to explain, most of it is already in the videos. So I try not to say too much here. Okay, so we have started the recording. Once again, good morning, everybody. This is our Monday class in week 9. And in this class, I want to have a very quick overview of chapter 5 and what to expect in this chapter. And also tell you the tasks that we have for this week. Okay, so I'm gonna share my window. Okay. So there are two versions of lecture notes. This one is mine, and there is also the one on the official BioKML SB025 website. And they are very different. Dari segi isi kandungan, layout dia semua pun berbeza. Saya sarankan untuk kamu belajar dan ikut video. Kalau kamu mau, kamu boleh ikut slide saya. Sebab slide saya banyak gambar dan ada animation sedikit. Untuk buat nota, if you want to print just to use it as notes, I recommend you to use the BioKML punya. So kalau kamu suka PowerPoint kamu pendek-pendek, tidak payah print banyak bazir duit, boleh guna BioKML punya version. Sebab itu lebih padat dan kemas lah. Saya punya lebih spread out. Okay, so you can do that. All right, in chapter 5, this is the overview that you would have seen if you read the notes or watched the videos already. In chapter 5, we are learning about cellular respiration. Do you remember what you learned about cellular respiration in school? Do you remember anything about school? Okay, if you don't remember anything from middle school, I can't blame you. COVID has been hard. But anyways, I'm sure you learn in school something, sugar or carbohydrate or glucose, something, ada energy. Lepas tu ada carbon dioxide. Kadang-kadang ada cakap pasal heat. So it's stuff like that. Once again, it's just explained in a bit more detail. Okay, so we learned about aerobic respiration and aerobic respiration. Dan saya ada cerita banyak proses melalui video-video dan melalui lecture note. Proses yang penting untuk kamu ingat adalah glycolysis. Link reaction, very simple. I do hope you try to remember it as well, even though it's very simple. And antara benda yang paling susah mo dihafal adalah Krebs cycle. Ini pun perlu diingat juga. And last but not least, oxidative phosphorylation. At first, it may seem like it's a lot of information, and you can spend this week and next week to slowly digest this information. Memang kalau pertama kali baca, kamu rasa macam blur-blur apa benda ni. But after 2 or maybe even 3 times of maybe the first time you're just watching videos, second time maybe you're doing your own notes in the worksheet, third time maybe you are revising and doing questions, tutorial questions, for example, it will help you to understand better as long as you put in the effort to come back to this more than one time. Okay, untuk aerobic respiration, ini benda. Anaerobic, ada lactate dengan alcohol. Anaerobic respiration, sangat pendek lah. So, kebanyakan masa kita akan spend pada aerobic respiration. Di slide ini juga ada definisi-definisi kepentingan tenaga, bla 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 bla. If you are confused about things like what is oxidation, what is reduction, what is redox, what is carboxylation, boleh datang balik kepada slide saya. Okay, and going to glycolysis. Bila kamu masuk kepada glycolysis, banyaklah saya minta kamu untuk lukis. In case you haven't noticed, I like to tell you to draw. So you need to draw the overview, the outline of aerobic respiration. When you get to glycolysis, you need to draw glycolysis juga. when we do the review for Friday, I will draw once again. Tapi sebaik-baiknya kamu cuba lukis sendiri dulu lah supaya nanti kamu tidak terburu-buru masa saya yang melukis. So bila kamu lukis kamu punya glycolysis punya gambar rajah nanti, boleh lukis begini, biji-biji saja. You can just draw your molecules as circles like this. But when you draw, make sure you pay attention to ATP dengan ADP. Pay attention to where you put your phosphate group. And pay attention to how the bond looks. So misalnya di sini, kamu nampak di antara di sini 1,3 dalam gambar raja dia tulis 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. You will see over here, this bond is different from this bond. Ini dia merah, lepas tu macam nyok-nyok begitu dia punya garis. Okay, and on the right side, dia punya garis macam covalent bond biasa, lurus. When you do your glycolysis diagram, make sure you follow how I draw the diagrams as well. Because that nyok-nyok line means something. By the way, nyok-nyok is not a real word. That's just me saying it that way so you know it is a squiggly line. Squiggly is a real word. Okay, dan dalam video ada juga saya explain kenapa kadang-kadang nama dia berbeza. Kenapa kadang-kadang nama dia diphosphoglyceric acid, kadang-kadang nama dia 1,3-bisphosphate. Contohnya. Again, take your time to go through it one by one. Make sure you do your own diagram. And then you also need to take note what is the product for each process. Dan setiap section saya ada buat summary lah. Hope that is helpful. For Krebs cycle, basa kamu lukis diagram untuk Krebs cycle, saya perasan slide ini agak kecil. Tapi masih boleh nampak lah rasanya. But if it's still not clear, you can Google pictures of Krebs cycle, or if you want me to send a version, I can send that in the Telegram as well. Okay, kalau kita tengok di sini, Krebs cycle, sebaik-baiknya bila kamu buat diagram dia, kamu lukis itu structure. So draw the, is this molecular structure? I'm not sure. I don't remember my chemistry terms. Tapi lukislah dia punya S, dia punya C, dia punya CH. Supaya kamu nampak di mana bond dia, apa yang keluar, apa yang masuk. Kalau kamu ikut bulat-bulat macam diagram ini pun, tidak apa. Yang penting tangan ada bergerak, mata ada tengok, otak ada baca, dan ada usaha lah. And hopefully that will help you to remember. There are some mnemonics to remember the contents of this chapter. Ada dia punya mnemonic tu yang macam gara-gara fras or something. But I need to double check with the lecturer who's really good with mnemonics, and I will get back to you after I confirm his version. Okay, so macam banyak mau dilukis tapi bila kita go through one by one, agak mudah lah. And last but not least, you have this electron transport chain. So dalam version saya, memang saya go through step by step lah, kita akan tengok satu-satu. This one, if possible, you should also draw on your own. There is something else I want you to do for aerobic respiration. And it is this thing. Okay, ini sepatutnya kamu ada sudah link dia di Telegram. Nanti saya akan post balik di GC juga. So don't worry if you cannot find it in Telegram. I will link to this in GC and in Telegram. This is your worksheet for aerobic respiration. So dia isi tempat kosong saja. You can print this, you can do it digitally, you can do it however you want, as long as you do. Okay, so do this, ini definisi, ini apa mau kasih balance or whatever. And then isi tempat kosong, apa benda itu glycolysis, apakah step dalam glycolysis. For one molecule of glucose, apa yang terhasil daripada glycolysis. Ini ada diagram lagi untuk link reaction. Ada diagram lagi untuk ETC. So kalau kamu malas buat tutorial, buat ini dulu. And this thing, after you fill in this worksheet, you can use this worksheet as your notes. Malas buat nota sendiri, print this thing out, fill it in, check your answers, boom, you have your easy notes for chapter 5. Dan dalam bagian sini ada mau conteng-conteng sikit lah. This one I would go through again on Friday. If you want to try doing it first, you can. If not, you can wait for this part on Friday. Okay, ini untuk aerobic respiration. Ada juga worksheet untuk anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration only covers alcohol fermentation, lactic acid fermentation, and also the uses and comparison. Begitu saja. Very easy chapter, just that it might feel like it's a lot to remember. But again, pelan-pelan, boleh juga ingat. And of course, you still need to do your tutorial questions. For this week, I will not be discussing the tutorial question during Google Meet this week, but I will give you the answer scheme through GC, and then you can check your own answers and submit through GC later. But if you have any questions regarding Chapter 5, just feel free to ask me questions in Telegram, in group, personal. GC, lambat sikit saya respond, tapi boleh juga lah kalau mau di sana. Mau tanya soalan melalui YouTube di komen pun tiada masalah. So far, any problems? Any questions?
So far, so good, Miss.
So far, so good, yeah? All right. One more thing I want to say. Okay. Very quick view of the plan. Okay, so today, after this, go watch the videos. Kalau kamu malas, sekurang-kurangnya habislah 5.1. Habis 5.1 means kasih habis sampai 5.1.3. You have the whole day to do that. And do your drawings. With your extra time, finish your worksheet. Kalau rasa macam betul-betul tidak dapat, it's okay lah. Yang penting ada cuba untuk explore 5.1. On Thursday, we will do the lab online version for this chapter. Ada eksperimen untuk respiration. It won't be a simulation. I think we're just going to watch the video and try to understand what's happening in the video demo, just like last week. Dan kerja pun tidak banyaklah, saya tidak akan buat Google Meet untuk hari Kamis. Untuk hari Jumatnya Google Meet, panjang sedikit kita akan review chapter 5. Kalau saya ingat balik itu mnemonics, saya akan share dalam Telegram dan saya akan ulang lagi mnemonics-nya untuk Google Meet hari Jumat. Mnemonics is that word trick thing you do to try to remember information. Deadline for assignment is on Friday. I realize that there are quite a few of you whose drafts I have not yet returned, and I'm sorry that it's taken so long to get back to you. Bagi yang saya lambat kasih balik draft assignment, ini yang first draft saja yang saya belum kasih balik, yang second draft tu, kamu belakang sana. For those whose first draft I have not yet returned and will return today, latest tomorrow, I will give you a few days extension because it's my fault that you haven't gotten your feedback yet. Bagi yang sudah dapat balik assignment draft, kecuali ada sebab yang sangat munasabah, tiada extension lah. Tapi kalau kamu ada sebarang masalah dengan assignment kamu, especially if it concerns mental health, do speak with me personally. Sorry, by speak with me, I mean message me personally. And 90% of the time, I'll be helpful to you unless it's a really ridiculous reason, like you don't feel like it today.
Miss,
Yes?
Miss, kalau yang sudah Miss return to draft itu yang pertama, kami buat balik pembetulan, boleh send balik ke tempat Miss?
Yes, and preferably through Telegram, sebab kalau GC takut saya terlepas pandang.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay. Any more questions? Miss, kenapa pendek juga Google Meet hari ini? Jadi mau pas panjang. Sorry, might have been the wrong time for sarcasm today. But yeah, any more questions? Okay.
Tidak, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Right, if there are no more questions regarding the lesson or the chapter or KML life in general, we might end soon. Oh yeah, pasal yang past year paper dengan tutorial question yang saya tolong print hari itu, saya cakap, well, I'm fully recovered now. I did the swab test earlier today. It's negative. I will sanitize the work before I touch it. And maybe tomorrow, I will give the printed version to you in your dorm. So, saya akan kasih tinggal di bawah dorm lah untuk kamu ambil. Kalau kamu was-was, kamu risau masih ada virus pada kertas yang saya fotokopi itu, tidak payah ambil pun tidak apa. Tapi kalau kamu rasa virus itu sudah tengok kejar rumah dan virus itu stres sehingga dia mati, kamu berani untuk ambil worksheet dan kertas-kertas yang saya photostat, feel free to do so. If you don't take, you don't need to pay. If you take, I will let you know the price later. Itu sajalah. Paling awal saya kasih balik pun, kasih kamu itu kertas yang saya print pun besok. Are we good?
Miss,
Yes.
Miss print tuh ikut senara nama kah atau ikut bilangan kelas?
Saya ikut, hari itu saya ada buat Google Form yang saya cakap, sila isi Google Form ini kalau mau dapat limau, that thing. And then the
Oh.
title of the form was Bancian Pelajar Miss Dilia. I do based on that.
Oh, oke, Miss.
Ya, tapi ada extra beberapa keping juga lah. So kalau mau, boleh double check. See if I have your name or not. If I need to, I will print extra.
Oke, Miss. Thank you, Miss.
Okay. Okay, selesai. You want to go back to doing whatever you do in the mornings? I'm going to end the recording. Thank you very much, everybody.